Hello, everybody. This is Tariq Elwan. This is a quick demo for the web system tutorial 3. Very basic fundamentals for Linux command line. I have noticed some of your classmates. They struggle with the basics, and regardless of what we show them, it become only like few minutes only, and then after they leave the class, sometimes they forget most of what we teach them. And they struggle to get data from online according to what they see on the class, especially on some of the materials online. It's really advanced. So what I will do, I will demo a quick demo for sure, very short demo, technicality only. You can ask me for whatever you want during the class. However, um, this is only to help you out if you want to practice, nothing more than practice. So you have the video, you can watch it, and then you can practice with me once, twice, whatever it is, and then from there it may be become helpful. So what we will do as of week 3. So just log in to your account, whatever your account is. On the IT shell, when you log in, you will find that we call that the login account. Though when you log in, you will find that tiled, the tile that's when you log in. Sometimes I'm going to show you when you type, for example, cd like that, it takes you to the file system. So the /, if you want to go to the file system, cd and /. And if you want to go back to your login account or login entry, just only tile. So you go back again to where you came from. So what we ask you here, very quick. So type whatever, who, it's going to give you who you are, type dates, type, for example, PWT, like that. So please note that for security reasons, UTS has disabled some Linux commands and functions. So especially under those sudo or the super user. So if you try to type, for example, calendar and it didn't work here because we disabled that. If you type whatever, it's something like that. If you try to create users, it will not allow you to create user and so on. So we have a limited version according to the security level UTS required. So now, for example, let's go jump into right away to, let's say, number 4. We ask you to create here. Let's say I type here ls. I have nothing. I don't have any directories at all. So now create a directory called IWBS001. That's the unit. Okay, how I know that I created already and working fine? Here it is. That's here it, as you can see that it has been created already. Change the directory to that file folder. Okay, here it is, and type like that. Here it is. I am inside. So what's inside that file? Nothing. You will find that's empty from there. Can you go inside that and you create an EX1? Yes, no problem. Here it is. Make directory called EX1. How I know that being created? Here it is. I think that now you got it. I hope so. Can you go inside the EX1 and you create 2 directories? Yes, CD, and that's the E. Here it is. Do we have something inside? No. As you can see that, it's empty. Now I need to create 2 different directories, A1 and A2. Easy. That's A1, that's A2. How I know that has been created? Here it is. Easy as that. So now inside the A1, can you create B1 and B2? So yes, no problem. Here it is. That's inside A1. Make two directories, B1, B2, and here it is. Here is the idea. Now I want to go, I am currently the compiler, it's inside inside A1, A1 inside EX1, inside IWB. You will learn later on something called absolute path and relative path, which you can jump from directly right away. But for now, I'm going to show you how to go backwards one by one. So right now, I'm in A1, or the compiler, it's on A1. I want to go from A1 to EX1. Easy. Here it is. And here. Now you can see that currently you are inside the EX1. So, okay, but I want to go to what's inside AX1, by the way. Here it is, A1 and A2. I want to jump into A2. Okay, so you want to jump into the A2. Yes, all right, here it is. That's A2. What's inside A2? Nothing. Can you create B3 and B4? Yes, here it is. That's B3 and that's B4. How I know that being created? Here it is. Done, done. Easy as that, easy as that. So now we ask you, this one has been created already. So now we ask you, can you change the current directory to A1? Yes. So this is A2 right now. Here it is. Where I am right now. Here. Can you go to A1? I'm in A1 right now. Let me clear that. I'm in A1 right now. Oh, inside A1. Oh, by the way, what's inside A1? Here, B1 and B2. Can you use the vi command to create a txt file, text file? Yes, here it is. You will learn about that. That's exercise, for example, 1.txt. What's inside there? How to type inside by vi. The first thing to do, you need to hit I, the character I, the keyboard I first, which is, look at the bottom over here, my screen. You can see that this is exercise new, right? So as soon as I hit I, it become insert mode. Insert mode, and we ask you, type the first 3 lines of the tutorial. Type whatever we ask you. Please follow our instruction carefully. However, for the sake of this demo only, and to save your time and my time, I'm going to type anything like here, nothing else. So how to save that? Hit escape, then colon WQ. Again, escape, then colon WQ. Remember that place, right? Okay, so now what we have, I have 3 files right now, or 2 directories and the exercise txt file. What's inside can I see what I have wrote inside the exercise 1? Yes, we have a command called cat. Here it is. It can show you whatever you have typed inside. What else? Save the file. Go back to the prompt, right? No problem. Change the current directory to B3. B3 means that I have to go to the other side. Right, here it is. I am in X1, which means that I have to go to A2. Here, that's B3. Change your current directory to the B3. Yes, and start the vi again. Okay, so let's go first to B3. And then from the B3, what's inside B3, by the way? Nothing. Can you start the vi again and type the task of whatever, 4 to 6, and name that one as exercise 2? Yeah, all right, create this, and I'm gonna name that exercise 2.txt. The same thing, hit I, type whatever the text we ask you, and please follow our whatever we ask you exactly as it is, because you will understand why later on. As I told you, to save that, hit escape, colon, WQ, here it is, and we have exercise 2. So in A1, we have exercise 1. In A2, we have exercise 2. Can you list the commands, whatever it is? If you type ls, usually you get something like that. If you go outside, quit the vi, type the ls minus l, just only to show you the demo how it works like that. Here, if you type ls only, it gives you that. If you type ls minus a, it gives you something like that. If you give you ls minus l, give you something like this. I will show you as well the r and minus r. Now change the current directory to A2. All right, so no problem. Here it is. Where we at right now? That's A2. What's inside A2? That's B3 and B4. Display the content of the change to A2. Delete the directory B4. All right, so to delete directory, just type rm minus r and B4. Hit enter ls again. B4 has gone, disappear. Change the current directory to your login. Here it is. What I have right now, as you can see that. Can you type ls minus r? I'm going to show you again. That's ls. Let me just make sure that at the top here, so you guys can see what's that. That's ls minus a, ls minus l, ls minus r, the small one, ls minus r, the big one. What we ask you, sure, you will understand this one when you read more and you practice more. For us, we will ask you, can you hit ls minus l minus r? And this is really, or ls minus r by itself. That command, you will need it for your assignment. So make sure that to practice that command, because it's going to give you the number of files, the number of directories, subdirectories, the file inside, and everything. Make sure to practice those commands as much as you can. I hope that video was helpful. Email me if you struggle with anything and ask me during the class as well. If you have any issue, I'll be more than happy to help. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.